Welcome. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to construct this particular clamshell box for a deck of cards from drivethrugcards.com. To start with, the first thing you're going to need is, of course, the printout of the PDF that you can download from DriveThruCards. It has 3 sheets: the box liner, the box bottom, and the box top. I used simple construction paper for the liner, but white cardstock for both the top and the bottom. That was an example of a blank box that you can construct as well, if you would rather not. If you have another deck that would fit the same type of cards, you can download that instead. However, I do have this particular file for the game that I have put out called Hop, Skip, and a Jump. So the first thing you're going to want to do is cut out each of the pieces for the box. I don't cut them out completely to begin with. I just cut them out in their basic form. That's the liner. So here we're going to cut out the bottom of the box. When you're cutting out the bottom of the box, be careful. There is a little tab indentation there that you're going to want to cut out. So you're going to want to cut that out and make sure to leave it where you can fold it up. It's very, very thin. It'll pull off even, usually without marring the paper at all. So that is the bottom. We've got the liner. Now cutting out the top. Because this particular file that I used was the file prepared for the Hop, Skip, and a Jump box, it does have graphics on top and on the bottom. On the top, because it is a black top, the black has a slight bleed beyond the edge of the line where you're cutting. Always remember to cut on the red lines when you cut it out, not the blue. The blue are the fold lines. But you're going to want to cut on the line inside the bleed. So there are the pieces. You'll notice when you look at the top and the bottom that one of the two sides only has one tab and then an empty space. That's very important, as when you're constructing the box, you're going to be starting from that particular side. So when we construct the box, the first thing we're going to do is make the liner. We're going to start by finishing the cutout and just going to cut into the center here and then out. We're going to cut out to the blue fold lines. If you're using the notches, you're going to cut out a little bit beyond the blue fold lines on one particular side so that you can access and get to the notch. If you're not using the notches, either by preference or because it's not necessary, then just cut to the blue fold line. The first thing I do always is pre-crease all of my folds. It's a lot easier to pre-crease them and then fold them together than to try and fold them up and crease them and fold them in place and then fold the next one. It's just not easy to do that way. So pre-crease everything before you get going. With the liner, you do have those guidelines. Since the liner does not have any graphics on it, just put the guidelines on the inside and they won't be visible. And even if you put them on the outside, most of them will be hidden by the bottom of the box anyway. So the tabs come into play here, the notches rather, come into play here, where they will help hold the sides of the box together. If you don't want to use them, it's fine, just a little bit of tape as you're constructing the box. Get them lined up all right. And then the first thing you're going to want to do is actually put a little piece of tape on the bottom, hold everything in orientation, one small piece of tape, just like that, and then it makes it much easier to tape up the sides. I like to layer them overlapping in alternate sides, left, right, and then a single tape over on the outside. So left, right, hold them in place, make sure they're flush, and a piece of tape. That's the liner. Next, we finish cutting out the bottom, and then we're going to again pre-crease all of the fold lines. Sometimes I'll fold in, sometimes I'll fold out. Usually I fold outward from the line. It's just easier to see that way. One thing that's important to note is that with the bottom and the top both, because we do have some graphics on the box, the fold lines cannot be folded inside the box. If you are using the blank box, then you can easily just reverse the direction, fold them inside the box, it's fine. But with this one, I have to put the graphics on the same side as the fold to make sure it's in orientation, it's in the right spot. When you fold it, start with that side that only has one tab and simply fold it up with the tab around the outside of the box. Do that following around each one so that the tabs are all folded inside the next side. After that, you're going to fold the sides down, finishing with that side that you started with. And we've got the text, the logo, everything on the bottom of the box. I do suggest putting a piece of tape in the bottom as well, just to help hold it. Now, the top of the box is a little bit different, but mostly the same as the bottom. Again, reminding that we can't put the guidelines inside, unfortunately. We do need to cut out here to separate the tabs so that they will fold properly. But start by pre-creasing all of those lines. These tabs on the top, I always fold toward the top of the box, towards the outside, because of how they're going to fold into the box. So here we are, everything's pre-creased. We're going to start again on that side that only has one tab, not this one, over here. And we're going to fold it up with the tab folded inside. Now we're going to fold the next one up and over that, fold the tabs in, next side up and over, fold the tabs in, next side up and over, fold the tabs in, and then the final side, I'm going to put one piece of tape on here. Make sure it's on the top edge, or what will become the top edge of the box, and it will hold nicely. Put the box together. It's a little bit tight the first time you put it together, but then it's really easy to get on and off after that. Then I'm going to take a single piece of tape on each corner. Remember, the corners have tabs tucked inside, so I'm going to start on the outside piece, the one that's covering the tab, and then I'm going to pull it over the corner toward across the part that has a tab. And I'm going to do that for each of the 4 corners. So there's the box. It's a simple clamshell design. It holds really well, nice and tight. And this one is specifically for hop, skip, and a jump.